Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. We're starting off the video barefaced, and as you can tell from the title, we're doing a purple halo eye, and I'm actually going to start with my eyes first. And I want to keep this intro super short, so let's just jump right on into it. So I zoomed you guys in so you guys can see what I am doing. I'm going to first go in with my brows, and I'm using the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in the shade Honey Brown to fill them in. I don't know what has been up lately, but I'm never happy with how my brows have turned out, and it's like really annoying. The brows are super messy, but let's go ahead and clean them up. I'm gonna first go in with my Maybelline Master Prime long lasting eyeshadow base, the Prime and Smooth one, first on my entire eyelid, and I'm going to blend that out with my finger. And I'm going to take the Cella Ivory Lace Highlighter, like pencil type product, and I'm going to use that to clean up under my brows as well as add a little bit of color to our eyelid to prep for our eyeshadow, because I like to work with a clean canvas. So adding this will just add some color so that way our lids are nice and even. So I kind of just color and then blend. You can blend with your finger, add a little bit of heat, but I'm also going in with a brush to further blend and get like right up against my brow. Now that we have some like color and our lids are primed, I'm going to set it with the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed powder so that our shadows can blend better on the lid. A lot of people here on YouTube have started to like not set their eyeshadow bases, so this step is completely optional, but for me, I just find it easier to blend the shadows when I set a cream or liquid base. And if I don't set it, my shadows will crease. Now that we have our eyes primed and set and ready to go, I'm going to first go in with the Huda Beauty Nude Palette and go into the shade Lace on a Farrah 35E eyeshadow brush, or just brush in general, and use that as my transition shade. And I can't remember if I said the shade name or not, but it's the shade Lace. Now I'm going to go into the Tartelette palette, and I'm going to go in on a Bogashi taper blending brush in the shade Natural Beauty and add that to the crease. And I'm going into a BS Small eyeshadow brush. I'll have the brush kit that I got it from linked in the Google Doc, as well as all products that I use, which is linked down below. I'm now going to go into the shade Best Friend from the Tarte palette and add that to the crease. Right now I'm just deepening up the crease. I'm going back in with the Farrah brush to blend. Now taking a SL Miss Glam T35 Precise Blending Brush, I'm going to go back into the Huda Beauty palette and dip into the shade Love Bite and add that to the outer and inner corner of our lids. And I'm slowly building this shade up. I'm actually going to switch over to a smaller brush. I think this is a tapered blending blush from the BS Small set. Not entirely sure. And with the tip of that tapered brush that I'm currently using, I'm going to connect them in the center. Go back in with the SL Miss Glam brush and further blend. I'm now going to go into the concealer like shade in the Huda Beauty palette on a synthetic brush, and I'm actually just going to kind of carve out our halo eye just so that we have a tacky base for the shimmer to lay on. And going back in with that SL Miss Glam brush to kind of blend, I'm going to take a Luxie 245 small shader brush into the shade Kinky in the Huda Beauty palette. I'm gonna take just a little bit on the brush, and I'm going to spray it with my Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray only a few spritz, and we're gonna apply that to the center. Now to make this a full halo eye so that the center is really popping, I'm gonna take my finger in the shade Daydream and I'm gonna plop that into the center. Right on top of Kinky, that's where I'm placing it. I'm gonna go back into the shade Love Bite on the SM Miss Glam eyeshadow brush and blend that purple into the shimmer. And to add a true pop to the center, I'm gonna go into a highlight that we're gonna use later. This is the Luna by Luna highlighter in the shade Calypso. And again, I'm gonna take my finger and just have that right on top. I'm going to now apply some mascara, first going in with the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. And then as a second coat, I'm going in with the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I zoomed you guys back out so we can move on to the face. And so that I don't get like foundation or anything in my hair that you can see while my hair is down, I'm going to clip it back. To start off, I'm going to go in with a glowy primer, and I'm using MAC Strobe Cream in Pink Light. I think I just added too much. And that is going all over my face because we are using a more of a mattifying foundation today. And my skin will just look dry and cakey if we don't add this. So adding a glowy primer will help with that. And now for a pore filling primer, I'm going in with the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Pore Minimizing Primer Base. It's pretty much just straight like slippery silicone, but if you really work it into the skin and press it, it'll fill in those pores and make foundation glide on to the skin. And my skin has not been the best lately. I don't know if you guys could tell, but like I am breaking out. And I haven't broken out this bad either ever or in a while. Like they're like underneath the skin blemishes and it's not fun. For foundation, I'm using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. I just applied some to the back of my hand and I'm gonna dot it on to the skin. And I'm using the Wet n Wild sponge to blend it out. I feel like the claims on this foundation is full coverage, but this is nowhere near full coverage, in my opinion. I have a few blemishes still peeking through, but that's okay because sometimes I like to let them peek through. Just shows that this foundation isn't full coverage. Next, I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer and highlight the center of my face and conceal underneath my eyes. Around this brow, it's not picking up any like foundation or concealer. I'm not sure why. So this concealer blends out beautifully underneath this eyes. I'm going to actually spray my sponge with the Mario Badescu Rose Spray to like rehydrate the sponge because a dry sponge just doesn't really blend. I have a little question to ask you guys. Concealer just has not been covering my under eye circles lately, and I've been using like every full coverage concealer. So either let me know your favorite full coverage concealers that I've not featured on my channel before, or a color corrector to match to help with my skin tone. I have really fair skin and this foundation is a little bit dark for me. Sometimes I can make it work though, but this is in the shade 130. So if you guys have any recommendations, please let me know in the comments down below because that'd be really helpful. Before we go on to setting it, I'm going to go in with a cream highlighter. This is the So Susan Cosmetics Dream Maker Light Shifting Highlighter Cream in the shade Popstar. I'm going to apply some to the back of my hand and then apply it to the tops of my cheekbones. And that's the only place where I am going to actually put it. And I'm actually just blending it with, like, applying it with my finger and then blending it out with my sponge. Just to add that extra little glow. It's very subtle. To bake underneath my eyes, I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D Lock It Setting Powder. And I'm going to bake my under eyes. And what's ever left, I'm just going to set like my nose and my chin. And now using the flat side of the sponge, I'm going to go into the Maybelline Shine Free Loose Powder in the shade Light. And I'm just going to use that to set the rest of my face. And wiping away that bake underneath the eyes. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but that highlight is peeking through just a little bit. Bronzer, going in with the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder to bronze. And so I don't go super heavy-handed for my nose, I'm going to take my SL Miss Glam Angle Eye Brush to kind of contour it away, but also just like bronze without going too heavy-handed, and it just looks like a muddy mess. And I'm going to actually bake my face again with the Kat Von D powder. And we're going to go underneath my jawline and the sides of my nose, just to like almost contour it away, but like not, since we didn't actually go in and contour. For blush, I'm going in with the PYT Heartbeat Cheek Color in the shade Exhale, and I'm going to apply that to my cheeks. And on the sides of the brush and tapping off the excess, I'm going to go up onto my temple, a little more coherent. If I don't bake, then I'll go over my nose to make it coherent that way. But when I do bake, I go up on the sides of the temple, and it just helps the look come together. Now brushing away the bake, let's finish at the lower lash line. And for that, I'm gonna take my Tartelette palette and take a mixture of the shade Natural Beauty and Best Friend and blend that under the eye using a Luxie 237 blending brush. And taking the Tarte mascara on my lower lashes. I'm now going to set my brows using the ColourPop Brow Boss Gel. And now to highlight the skin, I'm going to first do my eye highlight, going back in with that Luna by Luna highlighter in the shade Calypso and highlight the inner corner and brow bone. I'm going to take this Luna by Luna highlight and the Too Faced Love Light highlight in the shade Blinded by the Light. I'm going to mix those two on a small eyeshadow brush from Ulta and highlight my Cupid's bows, the tip of my nose, and the bridge of my nose with it. And now for the rest of my face, I'm going to combine those same two highlights on my brush, spray it with the Morphe spray, let it dry a little bit, and highlight. I'm going to set my face with the Mario Badescu facial spray and lightly going over it with my sponge just so that all the powders melt together. To finish off the look, I'm going to first line my lips with the NYX Peekaboo Neutral Lip Liner and filling it in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lipstick in the shade Pure Hollywood. Anyways, that's how I got this look. If you guys liked it, go ahead and subscribe to my channel or give it a thumbs up, or both. If you guys have any video requests, you can leave them in the comments down below or at me on my social media, which is all under SassieBeauty YT, same as spelled here, both Twitter and Instagram. Also, go follow my beauty Instagram, which is SassieBeauty, as well as go shop SassieBeauty on Etsy. I'll have everything listed in the description box below. And other than that, I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!